All right, so now that we're inside the wonderful 2018 Granturismo, there's a couple of things that Maserati should have done when they refreshed this car that I feel like it probably wouldn't have taken, you know, too much R&D to get it done. Now, granted, this is all interior things. The exterior is just fine how it is. The engine obviously is just fine how it is, and the exhaust is just fine how it is. But let me touch up on a few things. So number one, the steering wheel. It's very outdated. I mean, this is the steering wheel it came with 10 years ago, and since it's a 2018 model, that'll be 11 years ago. I mean, it was nice then, but it's pretty flat and doesn't really have much pizzazz to it. I mean, you know, you could put your driving modes on this instead of down here. Toggle switch like Ferrari, which would be really cool just for the sport factor of it. You know, they do have better steering wheels as far as the carbon fiber with the perforated leather, or Alcantara, you know, with carbon fiber paddle shifters and stuff like that. But the whole setup here with the small trident and the pretty just simple button layout with really not much to it. You know, the sport steering wheel for the newer Maseratis looks so much better, so much cleaner, and so much more updated. So I feel like if they would have put that on this here, it would have made a world of a difference. The interior is a big part of a car as well, and I feel like this steering wheel was screaming to get replaced and refreshed just as the exterior did. Another big gripe I have that I feel like Maserati should have replaced when they refreshed the Granturismo is the AC controls. Now, you can see from a mile away that those aren't the most appealing looking things, and I understand that this design was an older design, but when you refresh the screen, the infotainment there, and you put this big 8.4-inch screen there, you know, you definitely want to kind of mesh this in with that, you know, put the AC controls maybe in the software for the screen, or, you know, kind of just redo this, you know, so you have knobs or something more digital. This is just like, you know, you have a clean car but dirty wheels, or you have a nice outfit on, you know, nice shirt and pants, but you have dirty shoes. You know, you need the combo together for it to really work. And I feel like this is more of an eyesore compared to the nice looking flush screen that they, you know, did for 2018, which, you know, we were all begging for. But now it's like, you could have just maybe just like made this a nice little, like, you know, like how the newer models have the AC controls that are just like nice and flush and black, gloss black over that. You know, it's just something to its own design. Doesn't have to be, you know, anything involved with the QP or Ghibli or Levante, but something different. They could have done a little bit better with the AC controls, because it does look like it comes from the 80s. It definitely was an older looking design when it first came out. It's definitely an even older design when you put it next to something that has been brand new and newly introduced to, you know, the Maserati market. So that will be something that Maserati should have fixed when they refresh this car. Now I know what you're thinking. Why am I down here by the seats? Let's see if you can pick it out there, what I'm looking at. The seat controls. Big and stocky and unattractive. This is a very great looking seat. They've always been nice looking. But then once you open the door, this is what you see. Now, could they have put the seat controls maybe on the door? Could they have put the seat controls maybe in the digital screen or down there with the gear select? Probably. But the seat controls are on the seat, on the side of the seat, as you know, a lot of the older cars these days. But the newer cars that have come out in the past 5 years or so, you know, they all have their seat controls somewhere else, so you're not reaching down here on a big stocky thing like this and trying to squeeze your arm in between the door and the seat. Also, it's not as aesthetically pleasing when it's down here, so they moved it to putting them on the actual door or inside of the screen. So this right here, I might be nitpicking. That has to go. So another thing I'm going to give Maserati crap for is not adding a power trunk up or down for the Granturismo. Now, that might be something small for you guys, but I feel like it's standard. You know, most cars should have it. For this car, you have to hold the button down here. It will release the trunk, but you do have to do some manual labor and pull it up yourself. Okay, and then as you can see, there's no buttons to put it down, or if you were to raise it up, you just press this button to raise it up, but it doesn't come up itself. So you know, you have to do that work, and that's pretty standard these days for most cars. They have stuff like that, just small buttons. You know, I feel like it could be something simple to add just for convenience with these cars. You know, just being able to grab your grocery bags, press the button, and walk away and let your trunk come down. Now, like I said, I might be nitpicking, but that is something that I will probably do just because you don't always want to have to pull here or do this. And the last thing that I think Maserati should have done when they did the Granturismo update for 2018 is the key fob. This is the same key fob, obviously, that they've had for ages. And like Ferrari, it took Maserati a long time to update the key fobs. Ferrari actually was last. Maserati started to come out with the 2014 Ghiblis, and they had the new updated key fobs. Ferrari just recently started updating their key fobs with the, I believe, GTC 4 Lusso. I know the Superfast has it. I believe the 488 might have it, but they had the standard Italian key fob that pops up like that. You know, that's very Italian. Now the key fobs are a little different. So I have my Ghibli key fob. I'll show you guys so you can kind of compare. So I'll put this one away, and I'll show you guys my key fob. And this is what the key fob should look like for these cars. Okay, this is for my 2016 Ghibli S. I don't know how well you can see that, but this is what they should have done. I feel like, for one, with changing the key fob over, you get your power trunk release, your remote start, and you get keyless entry. This does not have keyless entry as far as touch. Now, I mean, it has, obviously, you can unlock it, entry, but you know, the sensors to where if I were to put my hand here, it would automatically unlock. That kind of keyless entry, and also push start. So you have the normal way you would do this, would stick it in the steering wheel stock and twist in the ignition, and there you go, you turn it on. As to where you keep this in your pocket and you start the car. So now, with that said, do you guys agree with all of the changes I feel like Maserati should have made when they made this car? Now, it's a great looking car, you know, and the exterior is just enough. New front bumper, new back bumper, you know, and then the same V8 naturally aspirated engine, same great sounding exhaust. Those things are perfect, you know, and now they've, you know, updated the infotainment system. But those things, I feel like, just would have made a lot more sense if they would have changed those as well after they went through the trouble of doing the changes that they did do. I feel like they were simple, subtle changes that will go a long way, that is very needed for 2018. But this is a conversation, so I want to know, what do you guys think? I think it's a wonderful car, but this is non-biased. I think those changes should have been made. So what do you guys think? Do you like the car? You know, do you think that there were other changes that I missed? Let me know what you guys think. I definitely want to hear in the comments below. Definitely like, subscribe, and you know, definitely give me those comments, because I want to talk to you guys about everything. But get this up in the rankings with the likes. Definitely check the social media down below, playlist, all that good stuff. I definitely appreciate you guys coming in and checking out the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. With that said, this is Ron's Rides. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.